fishing. A game of physical endurance, emotional durability, and ultimately, instinct. And it is that instinct that is the intangible that separates champions from the rest of the pack. An almost unconscious ability to connect with a bass anywhere, anytime. It's the secret ingredient for becoming a Walmart FLW Series champion.
Yes! That's what I'm talking about. Yes! Look at that bad boy. Fire! Oh, yeah! Yeah! Warrior ticket! $500,000 Richard!
Lewis Smith Lake, one of the premier spotted bass fisheries in our country, famous for its ability to challenge anglers with its deep, clear water and so many places for bass to hide. This venue will test the wits and wherewithal of the best anglers in the world to put together winning patterns. Hello everyone, I'm Keith Leibowitz along with Chris Jones. Welcome to the final stop of the 2006 Walmart FLW Series. We are here on Lewis Smith Lake in Jasper, Alabama, and Chris, there is so much at stake here. A $900,000 purse, a $100,000 top prize, but just as important to these pros out there is a berth in next year's Forest Wood Cup.
Absolutely, Keith. The top 30 pros from the Walmart FLW Series advance to the entry-free $2 million championship, the Forest Wood Cup, next summer, Hot Springs, Arkansas. And one guy that's in the top 10, Sean Hoernke, he's on the outside looking in, coming into this event, not in the top 30, makes the top 10 here. He's going to the Forest Wood Cup. He's leading on day 4, and I can tell you what, he's out to seal the deal. He hasn't gotten that first win with the FLW Tour, the FLW Series, but he's looking for it today.
Big time payday, $100,000 if he should pull it off. But it's going to be tough because he's got guys like Matt Herron and the legend Chevy Pro David Fritz right on his heels.
Yamaha Pro Matt Herron's had a great year. This is his 3rd top 10 with the FLW Series. I was talking to him at takeoff this morning. So many top 10s on the FLW Tour, the FLW Series, no wins yet. He's looking for that first win. And David Fritz, I mean, his resume speaks for itself. The crankbait king, he knows how to win.
A lot of guys coming into this event with a lot at stake. We caught up with several to find out some strategies and the mindset here on Lewis Smith Lake.
This place is home of the Coosa River spot and also the host of the FLW Series event. I can tell you it's going to be an awesome event. It's a typical spotted bass lake with lots of deep, clear water, lots of standing timber, lots of good visual shallow cover, and not only that, lots of good underwater brush piles that have been made here on the lake.
Smith Lake is a highland reservoir. This lake is loaded with 3 different types of species of fish. It's got spotted bass, it has largemouth bass, and it has smallmouth.
I think it's going to take a very well-rounded angler to win this tournament. I think that spots and largemouth are both going to come into play in this event.
The forage on this lake, you've got threadfin shad and you've got gizzard shad, and something these spots really love to eat also is crawfish. You know, those are the 3 main baits in this lake that these fish really feed and thrive on.
Ideally, the most important thing to having a successful tournament is to be able to determine when the pattern is going to peak during the tournament. I tell you what, we come out here and we learn so much during practice, catching them on certain baits in certain ways. But ideally, that's not necessarily the best during the tournament time. So when you come out here on tournament day, be willing to change it up, mix it up, try different things, because what happens is the pattern changes day by day. So trying to rely on what you learned 3 or 4 days ago is not necessarily the best thing to do. So when you come out tournament day, fish open-minded, because what you got to ideally find is the pattern that's peaking during the tournament time. And that's the way that you can win.
Sounds like there's a winning strategy in place.
These boys do have to have a solid game plan. And today we have our 2nd fog delay, which will keep the anglers at bay and really test those with a long run and an early morning bite. And to that, Lewis Smith's famously finicky clearwater bass.
You know, the fish here, it's hard to do 2 days in a row what you do one day. You go out and catch them one day, and then the next day is totally different.
It's like a sprint all day long where you just going down the lake, just hopping, and you don't get any more than 1 fish in any one place, it seems like, and it's just like a scramble.
I feel like I found some stuff in the afternoon yesterday that's really going to help today, so I feel pretty confident, and I think the guy that's going to win today is probably going to be doing something a little different than he has the first few days. So
our day 3 leader, Sean Hoernke, has been solid. His ability to adjust to the changing conditions effectively is what has him in the top spot.
You know, Chris, Sean has been running about 20 miles up Ryan Creek each day, but with today's fog delay, he's opted for as much fishing time as possible and is starting right next to the takeoff site. Here's what we mean by close. Watch this. Just a few minutes ago at takeoff, we sped up the action to show you how quick this happens. The camera never stops rolling. You can see the field is still taking off. Sean makes his first cast of the day, and watch what happens.
Still calling out boats, and I've already got one. Yeah. Come on. Yes. They're still calling boats out. One up on them.
This is amazing. First cast and half the field is still waiting to take off.
Wow, unbelievable. In this tournament, every fish is big, and an early jump like this is huge.
Today might be my day, boys and girls.
It is shaping up to be a spectacular day on the water. Hold on tight for the finale of the 2006 Walmart FLW Series when we come back. 2 is greater than 4. Welcome back to Lewis Smith Lake here in Jasper, Alabama. Keith Leibowitz along with Chris Jones. And Chris, obviously, a very strong field assembled here, but the bite this week has been quite challenging.
It has been very challenging, Keith. On day one, we had tornadoes touching down on the north and south of us, high winds, big-time rain. Day 2, cold front, the temperature dropped 30 degrees, gave the fish lockjaw. On day 3, it cleared up some, partly cloudy, still a little bit breezy. And then day 4, beautiful, sunshine. It's beautiful. And we're going to see a lot of fish caught today, Keith.
The intensity is exaggerated this morning on Lewis Smith Lake after seeing our day 3 leader, Sean Hoernke, get a jump start with a fish on his first cast.
No doubt, Sean is going to be tough today.
Another one to look out for is Chevy Pro Jeff Shelton.
He's fished all of the Walmart FLW Series events this year as a co-angler. But here on his home lake, he made the jump from co to pro.
He's hooked up with a nice fish.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, that's a good one right there. Oh, stay on, baby. Oh, stay on, stay on, stay on. Stay on. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Oh, there's a keeper.
An early keeper is a big score on Smith Lake.
That's what I needed, number 1.
What an accomplishment for Shelton, even to be in this position, competing against the greatest in the world in his first event as a pro.
He gave up the opportunity to make the $2 million Forest Wood Cup and rolled the dice here for a crack at $100,000.
Speaking of the Forest Wood Cup, Chris, this is the last chance for the 2006 FLW Series anglers to earn an early entry into the richest tournament in bass fishing history, the Forest Wood Cup. Now, earning an invitation to this $2 million event right now means everything to the anglers.
I don't have to worry about trying to get a check. I don't have to worry about trying to make any points. I can just go swing for the fences, do something totally outlandish in every tournament, and I can just go for it and just fish.
This is the greatest field of fishermen I've ever seen assembled in my career. And to not only tackle these challenging fisheries, but also get in the top 30 of this field is just, it's really an amazing feat. And if you make the top 30 through this field, you'll have earned it.
This is truly an awesome field of anglers, arguably the greatest ever assembled.
No doubt, Keith. And to see the anglers compete on so many challenging venues across the country and through the entire season is impressive.
Let's take a look back now at what an incredible season it has been. The top 30 test began in March on Georgia's Lake Lanier. Perhaps the finest spotted bass fishery on the globe and home of giant wild-card largemouths. This fishery challenged the angler's ability to find cold water fish in a pre-spawn pattern. On day 4, Yamaha Pro Terry Baxay had the title within reach. Maxey's fumble opened the door for Tim Farley to win the first ever Walmart FLW Series event.
8 pounds, 6 ounces, Tim Farley is your champion.
From Lanier, we traveled to Lake Cumberland in Tennessee, a crystal clear impoundment presenting the challenges of high water, floating debris, spotted, small, and largemouth bass, all in different phases of the spawning cycle. Yamaha pro Sean Hoernke had a solid lead after day 3, but could not keep up with Yamaha pro Mike Hawks, whose rock-solid pattern of finding fish in flux netted him a cool $100,000. In June, we were back in Tennessee at Old Hickory Reservoir, one of the most pressured fisheries in our country, where almost every pattern imaginable had potential to be a winning one. Here, versatility was king, as pro Sam Lashley beat a seemingly invincible top 10 field, including the always fierce Kellogg's pro Clark Wendland, Chevy pro Luke Clausen, Yamaha pro Matt Herron, and even though Lashley made it as tough as possible,
Oh, I tried to lift him in the boat.
he hung on to capture the title.
9 pounds, 10 ounces, your champion, Sam Lashley.
In October, the FLW Series Roadshow headed west to the acclaimed Lake of the Ozarks, home of legendary pros Guido and Dion Hibdon. It was the biggest bass fight of the Walmart FLW Series season and arguably the greatest top 10 ever assembled. Lake of the Ozarks made a father and son's dream come true. They fished together in the top 10. Dion found victory here with the heaviest winning weight ever recorded on an FLW Series event. Which brings us here, Lewis Smith Lake, testing the cream of the crop in competitive bass fishing. Unquestionably, those who make the top 30 will certainly have earned it and are among bass fishing's best. An incredible debut season for the Walmart FLW Series, but it's a long way from over. We've got 10 of the best pros in the business battling it out for $100,000 when FLW Outdoors return.
Here, ice fishing
in Walker County, Alabama, home of Lewis Smith Lake, one of the country's most historic sites for competitive bass fishing. The stunning rolling hills of Alabama are bound with southern hospitality.
Catching any fish today? How about a hamburger?
While fundamentally sound conservation practices ensure quality fishing for the future. One of the anglers enjoying Lewis Smith Lake is Ranger Pro Rusty Selesky.
Fishing docks always presents the challenge of abrasive objects underwater.
Okay, there's gonna be trouble here.
But here, Rusty accidentally flipped his jig over a wire and has hooked up.
Wow, Chris, his heart must be racing. This fish could bust off at any second.
Hello, Mr. Bass.
Nice. Lucky for Rusty, and I'm sure he's hoping the luck continues.
This is Rusty's second top 10 in the Walmart FLW Series, and top 10s are never easy to come by, especially with a field this tough. Let's take a look back at the path to day 4.
Days 1 and 2 brought a big change in weather conditions. Rain and big storms to the north and south. Many anglers found fish shallow and aggressive, but scattered. After the day 2 shakedown, it was Yamaha pro Sean Hoernke in the lead. Day 3 delivered yet another change in weather. Heavy fog that delayed the takeoff gave way to bright skies and low wind. Patterns remained varied from deep water jig bite to shallow water topping.
It was up to the scale to see who would survive and fish another day. And some notable names rose to the top, including the crankbait king himself, David Fritz, with an impressive catch of almost 14 pounds, pushing the Chevy Pro into second place. Bounty Basics Pro and Topwater Master Craig Powers squeaked into the top 10 position, yet it was Yamaha Pro Sean Hoernke who secured the top spot.
Not only were the pros under the gun to cash a check and make the push into the top 30, the co-anglers also battled for a spot in that 2007 $2 million Forest Wood Cup.
And Chris, making the top 25 is anything but easy from the back of the boat. We caught up with Georgia native Jason Hampson for an inside look as to what it takes to succeed as a co-angler.
I started fishing FLW outdoor events about 3 years ago. It's a lot of fun fishing as a co-angler. You get to meet a lot of people. You learn an incredible amount of information, techniques, skills, everything. Whenever you meet your pro each morning, you got to kind of feel him out. And you know, he's not going to feel you out at all because he's going to go do what he wants to do. So I mean, you know, you just got to feel him out. And if you've been practicing throwing a shaky head or something fishing deep and your pro's going to go flip shallow, you know, you're going to change your game plan a little bit. You really just have to be able to adapt to each situation because, you know, every pro's different. You got guys that specialize in shallow water fishing, deep water fishing, and you just got to change your style and adapt to whatever they're doing. A lot of guys get caught up in what their pros do and they try to imitate them or copy them. They don't realize these guys are so good and it's hard for them to catch fish behind them when they're throwing the same thing. You got to find something you have confidence in and throw it yourself. I mean, right now I'm in third place in the points, and the top 10 in the FLW Series have the option to go on the pro side next year. Like I said, I probably still have some more things I need to learn, and fishing with these guys is the best way to do it. So, you know, I have the option to do it, and I hadn't made my mind yet exactly, but as of right now, I'm still just a co-angler.
To learn more about fishing as a co-angler and cutting-edge angling tactics, take a look at FLWOutdoors.com and subscribe to FLW Outdoors magazine. And speaking of co-anglers, congratulations to Spencer Lynn of Alabama, the $20,000 Lewis Smith co-angler champion. Now back to the action with Chevy Pro David Fritz.
Fritz is using a mid-range crankbait, just taking cover on the beginning of his retrieve, then running the bait slightly off the bottom to imitate Smith Lake shad.
I think we got us one here, boys and girls.
Look closely at his rod tip. You can see this bass just pound his crankbait. Cranking is an extremely effective and efficient means of covering water and locating active biters.
And Fritz is on him early. That could make things tough on the rest of the field. When we come back, the final day action kicks into high gear. Stay tuned. This is the Walmart FLW Series on FLW Outdoors. Welcome back to the final day of competition in the 2006 Walmart FLW Series. We have got $100,000 as our top prize up for grabs here on Alabama's Lewis Smith Lake. Here now, the G-Man, Gerald Swindle.
This is Swindle's home lake. He has no shortage of spots and has been mixing up his presentations. Currently, he's fishing shallow with top waters.
All I'm looking for is a sign every day, just a signal of what to do. And that give me a little something to do. Is that a fish right there that's broke in front of me? Or is that a turtelli?
Oh, great strike. Shallow, calm water is classic for catching fish on top.
Stay on. No, he ain't bigger than I thought he was. You might measure though, Dave. How about that, 2 for 1?
Chris, the G-Man, is one of the most competitive anglers in bass fishing and is certainly going to be a powerful force here on his home water.
You know, I grew up fishing here. This is where I got my start. This is where I really learned all different types of fishing. And it's fun. You know, I've weighed in on this exact place I'm sitting right now, fishing Tuesday nighters, winning $200. And now here today, I'm fishing for $100,000. So my career's come a long way here, but I came here for one reason, that's to win. If I zero, I'll smile and go home, but I'm swinging strictly for the fence. There's nothing in between. I don't know if you can see it from that angle, but that's all kind of wood I'm coming over. There he is. Boom! The giant, dude. He didn't get it. He still ain't got it. Come on, get it, baby. Get it, baby. Get it, baby. Get it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. There he is. That's a giant. Stay almost swinging in right back here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes.
A nice start for Swindle, who already has a nice keeper in the boat.
Not everyone's morning is off to such an explosive start.
Here is Tyson Pro Jim Moyna.
He's working the backs of coves, leapfrogging down the reservoir. There's fish here, but not the right size.
It's been a year of near misses for Mr. Moyna. He was in contention to win the FLW Tour event on Pickwick, but the win narrowly escaped him. And he was leading the Angler of the Year race, but the final FLW Tour event on Lake Champlain humbled him once again.
If the fish don't get any bigger, this could be another disappointment for Moyna.
I knew it.
But there's still plenty of time, and Jim knows where to contact fish.
All right, now watch this. Put the jig in the shade of the dock. Let it sink to the bottom. Set the hook. Get yourself a fish.
That was amazing, Chris. Talk about calling your shots. Folks, don't go anywhere. When the Walmart FLW Series returns, the race for $100,000 tightens up. And a first-time hometown pro makes his move. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to Lewis Smith Lake here in Jasper, Alabama. Keith Leibowitz along with Chris Jones. And Chris, you know, this body of water has humbled some of the best pros in the world, but today's conditions, ideal for catching them.
Absolutely, Keith. During the 3-day practice period, you saw bluebird skies, a lot of fish being caught out of those deep brush piles. Then when the tournament started, you had the wind, the rain, the cold front, fish got lockjaw. Today, they're catching them big time.
Chris, let's visit Jeff Shelton, the man who rolled the dice, giving up a certain spot in the $2 million Forest Wood Cup as a co-angler for a shot at a $100,000 top prize as a pro.
Oh, yeah.
Shelton is in good shape with one in the box and is hooked up again.
Oh, baby. Come on in. Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Jeff really has the live or die by the jig mentality and is the only guy out there today concentrating solely on deep, isolated brush piles. These small spots are almost impossible to find unless you're on your home water. Advantage, Jeff Shelton.
And Chris, his deep jigging is on fire right now.
A limit today could be all it takes to win, and he's well on his way.
2 more bites. All I need for a limit. And it's only 9 o'clock.
Every fish that I catch from now are worth tens of thousands of dollars.
Let's now move back to our Day 3 leader, Yamaha Pro Sean Hoernke. And this is Sean's second top 10 in the Walmart FLW Series this year, but he is looking for his first ever big-time victory.
For the past few days, the fish have been real shallow, but today it's a little bit deeper. The sun's out, the fish a little bit, so I have to go a little bit more finesse presentation, lighter line, smaller worms, smaller baits, and fish a little bit deeper and a little bit slower and a more vertical presentation. Rather than the first 2 days, I have fished more moving baits, fast reaction type lures, and topwater bait, and that's what got me here to this point. But I think today, completely different day, and we're gonna have to change it up in order to have a chance to win.
Got him, finally. Come on, stay button. Yeah. They're small, we'll see. Barely.
That's 2 in the box for Hoernke. His strategy of adjusting to the mood and location of the fish is exactly the mentality needed to champion this event.
Go ahead and just get it done. 2 4-pounders. I'm tasting blood now.
I don't know, every fish is actually, if you think about it, come off a little bit of different stuff, but one thing they have been is shallow, that's for sure.
Over now to Ranger Pro Rusty Selesky.
Rusty is sticking with the jig, but adjusting his location. The rain over the past few days is dumping water into the backs of coves, and Rusty is keen on this running water to find feeding bass.
Got him bite.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe not. I thought he was a keeper for sure. You see? It's straight as a dang board. Just barely rubs on there. Perfect.
Boy, Keith, Lewis Smith is really showing its stuff today. We've got fish going shallow, deep, and most everywhere in between.
This is going to be a real sprint to the finish, and we'll have it all for you when the Walmart FLW Series returns. Welcome back to the final day of the final stop on the Walmart FLW Series in 2006. It's a fiercely competitive top 10 that we have assembled, $100,000 at stake.
There's a lot of floating wood, there's a lot of leaves, and the fish are just, you know, with the water coming up, they just move extremely shallow.
One angler in striking distance of the title is legendary Chevy Pro David Fritz.
In typical Fritz fashion, he's cranking, covering water, not stuck on any one spot or any one species for that matter.
There's probably more largemouth where I'm fishing, even though I did weigh a really nice spot in. I've caught some nice spots in the past 3 days. So, you know, they weigh 2. So, you know, your main goal here is to catch 5. You catch 5, you're probably gonna win.
Here he is hooked up again. This is a nice fish.
David is one of the most successful pros in the history of bass fishing, but this is his first top 10 in the Walmart FLW Series, and likely it's because of his all or nothing attitude.
All right. I don't know, several years ago, you get to thinking, you know, if you go out there and catch 10 pounds a day, you're gonna make all the championships. You're gonna do this and do that. But you know what? I like to fish to win, and if I don't think that I can fish to win, then I don't want to fish.
Back now to our day 3 leader, Sean Hoernke.
He's still fishing close to the takeoff, working a rocky break with a small finesse worm. Sean believes the fish are spending much of their time suspended, but at times are making movements shallow. That's where Sean is contacting his fish. Bright skies and sun generally put fish in a neutral mood, and finesse fishing under these conditions is almost always, hands down, the best approach.
Fish. Oh yeah. Nice spot. Come on. Don't come off. Don't come off. Yes. 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 Yeah. Yes.
3 fish for Hoernke, but he's gonna need all 5 to seal the deal. The G-Man, Gerald Swindle, keeps throwing the tackle box at him.
He's caught a couple on topwater, 1 on a spinnerbait, and now he's pitching a jig under docks.
Dang it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Back in the game.
This is a classic case of versatility in action.
Look at him hammer that fish.
It's tough to beat spanking a fish that slurps a jig.
Now to the man who has his dreams within reach, Jeff Shelton.
Probably no one in this field knows Lewis Smith Lake better than Shelton.
And Chrissy's made a slight adjustment to his game plan.
I run to some dirtier water. Where I was fishing right then, I think it was too clear for the colors that I like to throw. Well, the colors I've done good on so far in this tournament. And I noticed this area yesterday had a lot of bait fish around, so I wanted to move up here and just see if something's a little more active. Oh, stay on there, baby.
It looks like that decision could be worth thousands.
Stay on there, please. Please, Lord, leave me. Oh, my God. Oh, thank you, Lord. Whoo, now that's what I'm needing. That's what I'm needing right there. I don't need to put a culling system on that one. Oh, thank you, Lord. I just seen those fish on the fish finder, straight under the boat. And I drug the bait out here and he crushed it. Let me throw back in there and give me 4 more of them. We'll go sit at the launch ramp and wait on everybody.
He sure isn't performing like a rookie pro, Chris.
It all boils down to confidence, Keith, and no one is more comfortable on this lake than Jeff. That's certainly a major advantage.
But is it enough of an advantage to pull off a win? We'll find out when the Walmart FLW Series returns from Alabama's beautiful Lewis Smith Lake. Walmart FLW Series finale in 2006 from Lewis Smith Lake. It's early afternoon and time is becoming a serious factor, especially for our Day 3 leader, Sean Hoernke.
All right, this is a better one, I think. Yep, he's a better one. Come on. Oh, come on, baby. Just stay pegged. Yes. Yeah. 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 Look at that. Look at those hands.
I'd be shaking too, Keith.
Knowing Sean as I do, Chris, this would be such an incredibly emotional moment for him. He is within striking distance of winning his first major event.
The very first pass this morning, we had 4 bites, and then you just wait and you wait and you wait, and we didn't get bit and we didn't get bit. You really start to second guess yourself, and I think that's what comes with experience and time. The more time you're on the water, the more you learn to believe in yourself.
But Hoernke is not out of the woods yet. He has the best of the best in the world tight on his tail. And these anglers are not about to hand Hoernke the title. One who certainly won't give it away is Ranger Pro David Fritz. David is known as perhaps the greatest ever to throw a crankbait. And he knows the power of a crank for covering water and getting active fish to bite.
Big fish here, big one. Oh, man. Come on, baby. Get in the net. Oh, yeah. Woo! I threw there a while ago and I come in with a scale. Never felt a fish, never felt nothing. But that scale told me, by grannies, there was something there. I hope there's one there bigger than that. Now we're cooking.
David knows the depth and speed a lure runs is critical to getting bites. Depending on the situation, a crank that runs too shallow or one that runs too deep will be ignored. But a crank that runs at just the right depth and remains in the strike zone the longest is the ticket.
2 more bites, and I'm gonna win this tournament.
Let's catch up with Yamaha Pro Jim Moyna, who has changed gears from a finesse jig to a noisy buzzbait.
Here's one. Oh. Okay, right. That's a 16-incher.
Keith, in the world of bass fishing, cover is almost always king, and this is a great example of that.
Awesome strike and a great fish. But this is Jim's first keeper of the day, and he'll need a bunch more if he's going to climb to the top.
Jim Moyna can't catch a fish on the 4th day of a tournament.
One guy who's doing everything he can to make it to the top is Gerald Swindle.
He's been switching up presentations all day. This is his 5th fish on his 4th different presentation, a shallow running crank.
One hook. Right there help.
Boy, would that help? I mean, I'm just asking you, would that one help the situation out? Whew. Yes. It's a 3-pounder. Next to the brother with a camera in his face.
When we come back, it is now or never as the 2006 Walmart FLW Series comes to a close. Stay tuned, more action after this.
These are the longest day when you don't run anywhere and you know you're close. Yeah. The minutes just crawl by.
One of the curses of being in the lead is the anxiety associated with it. You can multiply that by 10 when you are on the verge of your first big-time win. You know what Sean Hoernke is feeling right now as he seeks out his limit fish.
It looks like he may have it here, but the fish is hung up on some timber.
Yes. Uh-oh. It's a good one. Yes. Yes. Number 5, hopefully. Number 5, hopefully.
That's another nice bass, and nice work on that light tackle in the timber. This one's gonna be really close.
Oh man, just barely shy. Talk about a heartbreaking moment for Sean Hoernke. So close to his first victory, but he will definitely need a limit to have a chance and win this thing. Time is running short.
Oh, man. There's number 5 if it'll stay on, I think.
Here now is a guy who is not going to have a problem bringing in a limit.
Oh, come on. Oh, it might be. I think it will be number 5.
This is an extraordinary position for Jeff to be in.
And Chris, he knows it.
Number 5. That makes you feel good to switch from co-angler to angler or boater in this one. All I could think about was winning $100,000 on my home lake. And I'll never have, probably never have another chance to do it. And I had to borrow the money for the entry fee from my mom. And don't worry, Mom, I'll pay you back Monday.
What a great story, and what a classy and humble guy.
Back now to Sean Hoernke in dire need of a 5th fish.
Net. Oh, I... Yeah.
With the clear skies and clear water, you can see Sean is making long casts, and he really has to put the hammer down to stick those bass with light tackle.
And as the day winds down, Sean is going to be one tough hombre to beat. But there are some pretty wicked competitors who are still in the game. And as the boys head off the water and over to the Walmart weigh-in, let's take a quick look back at what has been another thrilling final day shootout.
Yes.
Back here at the Walmart weigh-in, everyone is enjoying the fun zone, and the National Guard is getting the crowd fired up for the angle. Sean Hoernke, the leader after day 3, assumes the hot seat as Bounty Pro Craig Powers challenges his lead.
That weigh 3 pounds and 11 ounces.
Not enough today. Next, Ranger Pro Keith Monson.
No fish today. No fish. 0.
Then, Yamaha Pro Matt Herron.
2 fish that weigh 3 pounds and 1 ounce. 3-1.
No dice, but another great tournament for Herron. Tyson Pro Jim Moyna is next to the scale.
I told him this morning I was coming after him. I love it. I love the competition.
Sean's looking on.
There is number 1. Good start. That fish at 112.
That is it.
I guess I didn't quite have enough to come at him.
Here now is Ranger Pro Rusty Selesky.
There's 5 bass. Work. 9 pounds and 12 ounces. 9-12. Your new leader, Rusty Selesky.
So we have a new leader. Can he hold on? We crown a champion next. Welcome back to the final showdown here at the Walmart FLW Series. Before we left, Ranger Pro Rusty Selesky claimed the hot seat from Day 3 leader Sean Hoernke. Now, to challenge Selesky's lead is the G-Man, Gerald Swindle.
He's reaching for a fourth one. Number 4 for Gerald Swindle. Now you're up to 9 pounds and 14 ounces. Do you have number 5, Gerald?
I do not have number 5. I never had another bite.
Swindle may have finished one fish short of a limit, but he was not short of taking the lead. Next up is Local Pro, who made the jump from co-angler this week to pro to chase down the dream of becoming a champion on his home lake. There is no doubt Jeff Shelton was the most consistent angler on the lake today. But was it enough?
You're going to need a 2-pound, 9-ounce bass. 2.9 will get you the lead over Gerald Swindle. Wow! 5 bass limit for Jeff Shelton of Coleman, Alabama. 5, that'll weigh 10 pounds, 6 ounces. Your new leader, Jeff Shelton.
And how about that? The hometown rookie slides into the hot seat with only 3 anglers left to weigh in. Legendary Yamaha pro Gary Yamamoto is next to the scale, but he does not have a fish. Another legend in the sport, Chevy pro David Fritz, is next. David capitalized on every opportunity he had today, but unfortunately, there just weren't enough opportunities.
6 pounds and 6 ounces.
3 fish won't do it, and Jeff Shelton holds on to his lead. Finally, it's down to Yamaha pro Sean Hoernke.
Here is what it comes down to. Let's have a big round of applause for your final 2 anglers. There is number 5, a 5 bass limit for Sean Hoernke. 5 bass limit worth 9 pounds, 11 ounces. Your champion, Sean Hoernke from Magnolia, Texas.
What a moment for the Yamaha pro Sean Hoernke. It has been a long, tough road, a dream, but Sean has finally reached the top of the mountain. $100,000 and his lifelong dream of becoming an FLW champion comes true. What a fantastic finish to an amazing season on the Walmart FLW Series. Here is a look at the final top 30 point standings. Each of these anglers has earned an invitation to the 2007 $2 million Forest Wood Cup. For more on this and every FLW event, log on to FLWOutdoors.com or subscribe to FLW Outdoors magazine. A special thanks this week goes to the folks of Walker County, Alabama for hosting another classic FLW event. For Chris Jones and all of us here at FLW Outdoors, I'm Keith Lee.